excellent day for an exorcism.
Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
I'm Ben, following every Russian epic coming.
I'm John. I worked at Burger King and I got some problems with his bullshit.
I'm Cobra.
It's funny that you both like really shitty movies.
Hello, welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John.
Ben.
Cobra.
Today we didn't watch it today. We're reviewing At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul.
Why, John?
I love this movie.
Why?
And I'm all alone again.
Love is a strong word.
Yeah.
This was in my top 10.
Appreciate this movie, maybe, but love this movie to where you'd watch it again
I've
and
watched
again.
it a couple times.
I've only
So-
seen like maybe 6 movies in my life from the 1960s, and this is by far the worst.
I appreciate you wanting to get some movies that were made before 1980 into our lineup.
It's hard to
but-
find, other than like Psycho, it's hard to find one that has good pacing from the 60s. It really
Have you ever
is.
seen like? I've never seen Rosemary's Baby, but I heard that's boring and slow.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
it's too
like
long.
Repulsion, his other movie, I've never seen it, but it's on a lot of people's
It's okay.
horror list.
Is that
it's
1980s?
60s.
No,
7.
it's 65.
Polanski.
Of course I'm wrong.
You're close though.
What was the movie he made about the haunted apartment?
That's it. That's Repulsion.
Oh, that's 1960s?
Uh-huh.
No, I thought that was like a 80 or something.
No, that's The Shining,
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
and that's Kubrick.
Yeah, this isn't Kubrick.
Because
This right here
The
is...
Shining's the only movie that was made in 1980.
It's the only one that matters besides Friday the 13th.
There's a lot of good movies in 1980.
So
Maybe.
the guy who directed this is Jose Mojica Marins.
He-
Coffin Joe. He has a
we just
few
lost our
movies.
Brazilian listenership.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if
Maybe
you're
it would
listening to our
be
English
Claudio
podcast
Claudio from
Oh,
The
yeah.
Addiction Narrow.
I'd love to start reading some of his reviews on movies.
I saw one just the other day from. It might have been on this movie because it's from Brazil.
I have it. Well, no.
Is it Claudio?
Yeah, do you want me to find it?
One of the ones I just looked at on IMDb was him.
In a small town, the creepy and violent gravedigger Z is feared by locals. Z lives with Lenita, who cannot deliver a son to him. Obsessed to...
Gets
I'm gonna
pissed
read-
at her.
Always mad.
I'm going to read this verbatim because Claudio's terrible with English. Obsessed to have a son, Z harasses Teresina de Oliveira, don't know,
His friend's fiance or wife?
yeah,
Soon to be. Yeah.
who is the fiance of his friend Antonio, and kills Lenita with a spider, simulating an accident. Then he drowns Antonio and rapes Teresina, expecting to have a baby with her. She commits suicide but does not accuse Z in the letter. When Dr. Rodolfo decides to request another autopsy, Z burns him to death. The inspector cannot prove that
Not
Z
before
is the
poked out his
killer,
eyes first.
but on the day of the dead, the local gypsy warns him that the dead will take his soul to hell. It is a great cult horror movie from the also cult director Coffin Joe.
We call it great.
Overseas, just randomly in there. This is a low-budget, rough film supported by a good story and performances with passion, dialogues with blasphemy, and lots of gore. Further, this film is ahead of its time with very disturbing story for 1964, but recommended only to very specific audience. My vote is 8.
Very specific.
His vote is 8.
His vote is 8.
Wow.
Very specific.
I would like to vote that lower.
Thank you, Claudio. The movie opens up with,
A warning.
this crazy old lady giving a warning. And she comes back later in the movie, too.
She laughs.
This
a
is
lot.
when I thought he might be like a vampire because they're
I
talking
think
about blood as the reason
I
to
think-
exist. And
I think this is some sort of take on
Weaver, what do you
vampire
think?
genre.
This
It
is your
could,
movie.
It could be vampires. I think this
Yeah,
is
I
all
think it
about
is. His
just-
eyes
maybe.
glamoring people almost.
I think
Yeah.
it's more of a superstitious kind of like Christian-ish type thing.
Yeah, I understand that too. That there's a lot of like he wants to eat meat, but it's Friday before Easter. It's during Lent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, screw that. Like I care. Basically, he's an atheist.
Yeah, but
Or
like, he's
did he-
shoving it in people's faces like really aggressively.
Oh, he's a
Yeah, he
dickhead.
makes someone eat meat.
Mhm.
He's like, eat this lamb chop.
I would look good.
If you don't, I'll stare at you.
Oh shit!
He is insanely aggressive. Like he's an asshole.
I felt like when I first watched this, I felt like it flipped when we started watching it. Like he's being kind of okay to his wife, and just flips. Like it starts out with a conversation, they're like talking to each other, she's cooking him food, and he's like, all of a sudden he's like, what the fuck is this? And then he's like, I want meat. and then he just gets to be a dick after that and never stops.
He even says he'll eat human flesh if he wants.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
when
it,
he
man.
That's when he walked out, right?
Cool
Yeah.
with cannibalism, Weaver 2020.
So I assume it's like Good Friday.
Yeah. Or
This could be an Easter movie.
no, I don't
No.
think it's. I don't think Easter. I don't think it's good. I think it's just Lent, like a Friday
It
during
is
Lent.
yeah.
Yeah, but what if it is Good Friday?
All I'm saying is, drop the top hat and the cape. You might have some friends besides Antonio.
But he still has a best friend, and he's a complete
Oh, come
asshole.
on. That guy, I think that guy's friends with him because he's
Scared?
terrified of him.
It's one of those things where you stay close to the person who's the most likely to
No,
kill
he
people.
probably fucking said hello to him one day, and Z just never left, and it's
Oh,
that
that's
awkward,
true.
like, oh, God, this guy's trying to hang out with me, and you kind of want to do the Seinfeld. I've got enough friends. I don't need any more. I'm really sorry.
I think the blood thing is more specific about he's trying to have a kid. He wants his bloodline to continue. That's the whole point of him being a douchebag to everybody. Is he's trying to get a kid.
No
Well,
point.
that's not a good way about
Yeah.
going,
I
you know.
Go donate your sperm somewhere.
And if you knew that Lanita couldn't have a baby, I mean, he's got to know this for years, right?
Well,
He tells her as such.
then
I
why,
have to
why
stick
is-
around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think just one day he just fucking flips. He's just like, fuck this shit. I hate everything. I'm gonna kill my wife. I'm gonna rape whoever I want. I'm
He
just gonna do what I
says
want.
a woman who can't bear a child needs no care. I don't know what that means. Doesn't sound good.
It ends up not being good because
Sounds insulting.
he kills her with a spider.
It sounds like she's worthless.
Oh, this is where I said it must be really easy to get
Is
away
that why you
with
picked
murder.
this? It's a woman-hating movie? Old people, women, Weaver, come on. In this day and
Who
age.
picked the New York Ripper?
Ben.
I blamed it on Ben, but wait, it was Ben. That's right.
I picked straight.
Ah, shit. All right, you're not being. What do you call it when you say one thing and then do it? You blame somebody for doing it. My brain isn't working. right now.
Facetious?
No, not facetious. Hypocritical.
Oh,
Hypocritical.
It's the only word I know.
You're
It's
not.
facetious.
I know. All right, so he kills her with a spider, and of course the cops aren't going to be able to figure that one out.
There's
You're right.
really
You're
no-
already there
There's
where
really
he
no
killed
police
her?
force in
There
this,
really isn't. Yeah. Well, he goes to the bar first, doesn't he? And
Oh,
harasses
No,
yeah.
everybody.
he
He
tries to
definitely
go-
goes to the bar first.
He tries to go to the party, and he wants to escort. I don't know how to say her name. I'll just call her T.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who
Who's he?
is the fiance of his friend Antonio.
Yeah, he's figuring he can get a baby out of her.
But she's being taken to the party by her brother or a friend.
A friend
And
who also
Z
has
is just
another.
like, go away. I'll protect her. And T is looking scared as
Do
hell.
not leave me with this fucker.
Yeah.
But her
But
best friend
I was like, but what?
is her husband to be is the best friend of this guy.
Well, friend.
Yeah, I agree with what Ben was saying. It's probably one of those I wish this guy would stop coming around things.
Yeah, why am I so goddamn nice to people? Why
Then
did I say
wouldn't
hi to that
the
person?
town rise up?
Yeah, they should. They're all
I-
afraid of him.
I still think it has something to do with like a supernatural, like a vampire, like a take on a vampire or something like that. The way it's that cape, the top hat. What is he? The Undertaker of this town? What does he do?
I think he is because at every funeral
He shows up there. And
He shows up and
drinks.
gives the same speech.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, the soul will be taken at midnight.
You should start talking like
Like my soul.
that. Oh man, that card game at the bar.
Breaks the guy's hand. Is this when he
You
breaks the guy's
gotta
hand?
know when to fold them.
You gotta know when to fold him, and that guy didn't. And
Well,
he got a bottle
in
for
one
his hand.
hand, he had like
4 aces.
4 aces. I'd be like, get this guy the fuck out of here.
And why did they do that? The guy had 3 kings. He could have said 3 aces and we believe it. When you say 4 aces, we play cards. It's not happening.
No, but that's the thing about this guy is there's
That's
something
why I think there's
not
something
right about
super
him.
Do you
natural
think he
about
had a
Card up his sleeve.
ace up his sleeve?
Maybe 4 aces up his sleeve.
Yeah, they just never dealt him any cards at all.
He
He's
just
like,
showed up with his
"Oh,
own."
there you go."
And the town's so scared they just let him win.
Yeah, except the guy tries to get the money back, which, okay, I don't really feel bad for him because if he's gambling his money,
I don't think he's trying to get it back. He just is refusing to relinquish the money. He keeps his hand on the money, like,
mm,
and then he just takes. Is
Breaks
it a bottle?
A blind
Yeah.
bottle
Mhm.
and
just
stabs it through his hand.
and
That's
everybody
that
there is like, oh, well, that's what he does. Oh well.
We expect this from Z.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we don't
Zay,
just
whatever his name is.
keep him out, but why would anybody go to that place
After-
anymore?
well, after he
Coming in there
does
stabbing
that-
people.
He makes a man eat that lamb chop. He makes Antonio go back to his house to
Yeah.
get his lamb chops. Makes a man eat lamb chops on a Friday where he shouldn't be.
How dare he?
Then he has a staring contest.
Yeah.
And then he whips a man. Oh,
He beats that dude with a belt.
where'd he get that
I
thing?
don't know. Wait, he kills his wife in between all this.
No, that's right after that. Right after he leaves the bar.
Yeah, he goes home and kills her.
He can't have kids.
I flipped the wrong page. I went from my notes on this movie to the first line of this movie. Are Billy and Stu gay?
Oh, wow.
There we go. I'm back.
Dude,
Oh,
if you don't laugh at the last 10 minutes of Scream, there's something wrong with you. Because Matthew Lillard's performance is amazing.
Yeah, and not in a horrific way.
Give me
So-
the phone, you dick!
I don't know where I'm at now.
Spider.
Did
Oh, yeah, Spider-Bite.
They kill the wife, and then I think Antonio and his soon-to-be wife go near the gypsy, and the gypsy says, "You're not going to get married. Shit's going to go wrong."
And for
Oh
some
my God.
reason,
No, that's not yet.
Antonio...
That's not yet. After he kills his wife, I think you're right about that. Like, he has this obsession with children because he sees a child being hit by his father.
Real
or
men
something.
don't cry.
Yeah, and he goes up, basically threatens the dad,
Yeah.
but then tells the kid, "Don't cry. Real men don't cry."
He's got a soft spot for kids.
Yeah, and then Z goes, I have the most awkward third wheel ever. Is Z going to the fortune teller with Antonio
And Antonio asked him to go. Why?
Maybe
Wouldn't you
we're
want this
wrong.
guy-
Maybe he does like this
Wouldn't you
guy.
want this
I
guy
don't
as
know.
far away as possible?
Come on, John. This is Z is the equivalent of the guy down the road who records with you sometimes, right? you accidentally said hello to him once.
Actually, we argued, and the next thing you know, he's coming over to do shows.
Oh, there's a bright cardinal. Just come this way and look straight.
Oh,
You can see
There was a creepy conspiracy theory going around that there were no birds seen after the government shut down. But I guess that's now proven wrong. Or maybe because
Hey, the government's back open.
I know, and
For
now
3
there's
weeks.
birds. Holy shit!
He's right.
You too.
Is she the worst fortune teller ever?
You know
She's
what
right,
it is.
though. She's right about most of the shit
Hey.
she says.
Yeah, but I guess I'm used
Teen
to.
starts with your head, boys. You both got a lack of hair. You need to keep that thing covered.
It's fine. I'm not
That's
cold.
true. You just were complaining you were cold.
My toes are cold.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it starts with your head.
If only I
If
had
you
hair,
wore
my
your
toes
hat.
wouldn't be cold.
It sends that.
Get a
Your
hat.
body.
Okay.
But as
Like you
a
don't. You got.
I got 100 hats.
as a fortune teller, you want to tell them good fortune so they keep coming back.
I don't think this lady gets paid for her work. does
She didn't take money because she said I don't take it if there's basically a death prediction.
Who's your favorite fortune teller in any movie?
Oh, the three nippled lady in Mallrats.
Mallrats. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was going for. Ben, you get 2 points for that.
And the fact one of them doesn't
Really?
see it. He's like, my God, how did you not see
How
us
are you
three
in this dirt
nipples?"
mall?
But first, basically, Joe's like, "You're a fucking liar, Gypsy."
Yeah, he calls her an old witch.
Oh, she throws what you call it at him, right? Bad mojo.
Oh yeah.
Saying
Like he needs any more.
Really? She basically says you're gonna die for your sins, right? For what you've done. Which I don't think this is going to be. I don't think this is going to be his second kill. I think he's killed people way before his
Very
wife.
well could have, yeah. So he kills his best friend by like hitting him over the head and then drowning him in the bathtub.
You get that awesome 1960s sound effect of like something
Water.
hitting a melon.
Oh, I thought the water.
No, it's just the club, and it's just that plunk.
And of course, nobody thinks it was him that did this.
So does this bathtub? It has either no hot water or no cold water. There's only one faucet going into this bathtub. I'm guessing there's
It's
no.
1960s Brazil, man. I don't know.
I'm guessing there's no hot water. And I'm
That
guessing
could
you're
be.
taking a cold shower. Or
Oh, how great would that be?
No wonder everybody's killing everybody. They're all
Yeah,
so
really.
fucking pissed off. So after this guy dies, he really picks up the seduction game on his friend's soon to be wife.
You know who else he
buying her a
kind of
bird.
likes? He's been eyeing Maria at the bar
Oh, yeah.
quite a bit too.
I think that's his backup.
Bring me my wine.
I think that's
Not you, old
Yeah,
man.
later on, he ends up like walking her home or something. So,
Yeah. I don't know if it's seduction game. He just gets more and more rapey. Is
well, he
basically-
buys her a
He
bird.
buys a
and
bird for $2,000.
Oh, that was a
Where'd
good
he get this money?
He killed people and took their money.
Yeah, but that's not 2,000 American dollars, probably. I don't know.
Pesos? Oh, what's in Brazil?
I don't know.
We'll go with drachma. That's
And
what
I was gonna
kill.
ask you, are they
Drachma?
speaking Portuguese?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was like, it's not Spanish. It's got to be Portuguese. It's
Yeah, it's
Brazil,
Portuguese.
right?
Mhm. So basically, he's like, I bought you a bird, so you gotta fuck me. And she's like, no.
Well, before he does that, it's my favorite line of the movie.
What's that?
So I gotta talk about it. He's getting ready to leave the bar, and people are like looking at him. He's like, "Should I measure all your coffin sizes or something like that?"
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. I did not catch that one. Threatening the
Yeah.
whole town.
I
Well, they
liked
won't,
it.
there's so many of them, and they're all like, I'm not going near that guy. We're all not going near him.
Do you think it's a government bird staring in the window? Top right there, up top of the window. Right. Up.
Just looking right here,
Yeah.
all fat and dovey.
The situation in Argentina has proven less convenient than predicted.
We'll have to re-destabilize their economy, refocus labor class outrage from upper to middle, foster a coup, and install a compliant regime.
Same as Guatemala?
Yes, but you can double tie it.
We need a quorum to pick a new pope in case the Exxon Monsanto thing falls through in Africa.
Why not use chemtrails? Put a canopy on Uganda. They're set to agitate any What?
That kid is watching us.
So, we're squirrels. He's a kid.
He's watching us like he hears what we're saying. Hey, kid, young man, come here, little boy. Tell Daphne to run a 199 on a possible Doolittle. Little boy, we'll give you wishes if you can hear us. We can make you fly and get candy. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Fuck me! Fuck me! Shit, Morty, what did you do? All right, Morty, pack your shit. That's only gonna keep him down for a little bit, Morty. You fucked with squirrels, Morty. We got a good 5 minutes before they're backing up on our ass, Morty. We have to pack up and move to a new reality, Morty. You know, I said we can only do that a couple of times.
So after he rapes and beats severely, this
8
woman-
smacks.
We're talking closed fist.
Yeah.
8 punches.
It very much reminded me of, and
goes
I mean, I
full
can't
Harvey.
imagine the shock factor in '64 of that. Of course, I don't know where this movie played, so America probably would have been shocked.
Do you think
I don't
this
know about
ever got to
Brazil.
America?
Brazil's
I
just
doubt
like, you're not hitting her hard enough.
But it reminded me of. I remember how shocking it was on network television, where the killer closed fist punch a girl like on television. It's so shocking then. I can't imagine this is 25 years before this.
I don't know, there's a lot of
Before that.
spousal abuse back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was way more acceptable to beat your wife in the
Yep.
60s than it was in the 90s.
What do they say about rule of thumb? It's legal to beat your wife as long as you use a stick no wider than your thumb.
Oh, that's
Wow.
right.
Try that.
So after she kills herself, I think she says, "I'm gonna kill myself."
Wait, he
You're not
killed the
gonna
bird
beat
he
me."
just got her, too.
Oh yeah, he did.
He's pretty confident he impregnated her.
Yeah, he's like, I did it. If I didn't, it's not my sperm. It's your fucking eggs, bitch.
And then she says, "I'm gonna kill myself," and I don't think he believes her.
No, he doesn't. But she does hang herself.
Is that an awesome shot of her?
He's walking by, and the old witch gets him again, doesn't it?
I think maybe.
Z taunts the dead for
Mm.
minutes, and old witch laughs.
Yeah, fortune teller tell him his time is near.
Oh, that's that. Did he kill her yet? Or
Yeah.
did she hang herself yet?
No,
Not yet.
it was right after he raped her.
Yeah,
Fucking
he's
hope.
going home, and she's like, "You're fucked," and then she hangs herself. And then
The doctor's
he's
what,
like,
investigating.
"Yeah," he's like, "I don't know, but I think that Coffin Joe guy might be an asshole." So he basically tells him, "I think you did this," which is a really fucking bad idea to tell him that.
Don't tell him that you're onto him.
Yeah, so he pokes his eyes out.
Cool shot of the eyes getting poked out.
Uh-huh.
But dude, he poked his eyes out. I guess you still gotta kill him because
He was doing eyebrow tricks before that.
why
though.
wouldn't you
Yeah.
like cut his tongue out? Did you have to kill him?
Well, he kills everybody.
Yeah, but if he pokes his eyes out and cuts his tongue out, then he can't really tell anyone who Miller is.
He could write it down on a piece of paper.
Cut his fingers off.
At this
guess
point,
you
you
might-
might as well just kill him.
Just
Fuck,
set him
man.
on fire!
Which is what he did. The slowest burning. At first, I thought it was acid because it was like some, doctor's office or something. Because some doctors have acid just lying around. But yeah, he lights him on fire. It's
Now he goes. I think he goes to the bar and meets Marta. Is that her name?
Is this the floozy that just comes into town?
Yeah.
And he's like, "That'll work. I'm gonna put a baby in that."
Yeah, but she's like talking to him. You can tell the town's going, "You don't know what you're
If
doing.
you don't want to go with that
Yeah.
guy.
Don't fucking talk to him."
Oh, he's charming though. He has a nice hat. So
Yeah, but he fucking makes a bitch out of, is it her uncle?
Yeah.
Which, why do these movies...
Thomas.
Why do these movies have a weird uncle who's like obsessed with their niece and hanging out? Is that a Hitler thing?
What?
Hitler was in love with his niece. she killed herself, and he was like devastated. Like literally, he was in love with his niece.
It's weird for a guy who killed so many people to have empathy.
You're
I'm
right.
just saying. These types of movies, especially this time period, it's like, oh, the uncle is kind of got this very close with like a niece. Seems weird.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
it's just
scared about it. Maybe her mom was dead.
Times
Maybe
were
took it over.
disgustingly different back
well,
then.
maybe it's just where we live in a To Catch a Predator age, where you kind of just look at everybody.
He decides to take her home, and on the way home they run into the gypsy again. Who's
There's-
like, "This is it. You're gonna die now.
Oh,
It's coming."
wait, he smashes that crucifix into her uncle's face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He takes that thing off Jeebus's head, and he's like, "It's
Yeah,
a
he's
crown
like-
of thorns. It's not a crucifix."
Oh,
He
whatever.
takes the crown of thorn off
Mm.
Jesus.
And even though that happens, she's like, "Yeah, I'll go home with you." So they start heading home, and that's when they run into the gypsy.
They got the storm starts.
After he drops off Marta, the storm starts, and
She warns him that you're gonna hear some noises and no one's gonna be there. You're gonna see a black cat and that's the devil, and all these warnings.
Oh, he goes, I have here also that Z goes all Lieutenant Dan, and he starts challenging God.
Oh yeah. I start screaming.
Just you and me. You call this a storm?
Did Z do his own stunts here? Because he like rolled down and then he fell.
so he as he's running away from whatever this shit is that's chasing him, which are some pretty poorly designed ghosts and shit.
You couldn't even see the one part, like what it was. You could see like a tombstone or a few, and then like what were you looking at?
I
Is
don't
this
know,
the
it's
end?
hard to see. Yeah.
This is one of the problems I have, is because he was pretty much just not scared of anything and a badass, and he instantly
I think it's
turns
because
it
he
to-
didn't believe that there was any consequence to anything he was doing. I think that's why he was not afraid. And once he saw that like supernatural shit was happening, he's like,
Is it supernatural though?
Well, I
There
think
was
it might all be in his
Just
Ghosts
for
head.
somebody who
coming after him.
disavowed God and like is, God doesn't believe in God and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He quickly turns into, oh, God's gonna strike me down because
Well,
I
he
did some
didn't-
bad shit.
I don't think he thought that there was God, and now he's like, oh shit, there is. This is bad.
That's what I got from it too. Because at
Mm-hmm.
the beginning he's like, you guys all believe in this. You can't go out because it's the devil's night or something. He's like, I will clearly walk this woman home. Anybody else?
Clearly,
Anybody? Yeah, he's like, anybody else want to step up? Nope. Because you're all scared to go out.
This needs
Is
a
there-
remake where your dialogue takes over his because it's so much better.
What was the next day? It was the March of the Dead or the
Day of the
Day
Dead.
of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. They had a parade and all the spirits walked at night.
Uh-huh.
So as he's running away from all of this shit that's chasing him, he ends up at a mausoleum, and I think to make himself feel better, he wants to prove that the two people he killed are dead. So he pops open their coffins, and I don't know if they're alive or they're just sitting there with their eyes open. I'm not sure. I can't tell.
They're
But
probably alive
He
if
thinks
their
they're
eyes are
alive.
open.
So
Yeah, it could be in his head.
yeah,
I just have last 10 minutes just batshit.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So somebody in town hears him. So they all go to investigate in the mausoleum, and he's laying there dead, pretty much. Not sure how it happened, but
I don't either. I don't know.
he could have maybe had a heart attack. God could have killed him. Maybe some zombies. I don't know. Spider bit him. I don't know. But he's dead. So that's it. That's the end.
It was different.
I'll start with.
Oh,
Do you want me to
actually,
go?
it's time for the intervention.
What's the intervention?
Uh,
Stop picking shit movies. Is
Yeah,
that it?
actually, you've been put on probation.
Oh.
So after our 5 is up, Cobra and I both get to pick 7, and you only get to pick 3 or 2.
One.
I thought we were
I'm
taking 3 of his.
I'm gonna
or-
make shit terrible if you guys do that.
Well, we're taking 4 of his picks.
That's
you
right.
get 2
So
more
you
and I
get
get
1.
2.
So Cobra and I get to pick 8, and
Wait,
or
he's still-
9, and you get to pick 1.
He still could come back with something really good. Oh, we have Martin
Martin's in there.
from Beyond.
hmm From Beyond is just a
And what was the other one?
gore fest.
Jesus.
I don't know what is the other one.
Oh, I thought it was called Gorefest. I was like,
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
No,
That could
no.
be good.
I don't know, but I'll start with Cobra. Cobra, you go first.
I gave this
Go ahead.
a 3 out of 10. It's not my cup of tea. It's pretty boring. It's hard to see stuff. And it's just like this dick guy who doesn't believe in God going around a kind of religious town and bullying them. And then a witch warns him that his ways are going to make him die at midnight.
It is uncomfortable bullying.
Yeah,
it's
he's
uncomfortable to watch sometimes.
It's just I will never watch this again. There's no way that I would ever put this on for anybody.
Oh man. All right, Ben.
This goes on that list of movies where it's like, I'm sure this movie is on lists of like influential horror, that kind of thing. It just goes on one of my lists of I want to like movies like this, but I don't know. It's just like Cobra said, not my thing. There were things I liked about it. I liked the sound editing. There were scenes that I feel like Romero may have been influenced by with the sound editing. I could not know what I'm talking about. That could just be the equipment of the day.
That's very possible.
But there's some brutal scenes, like the closed fist punching of a woman on screen in 1964. That had to have been crazy. It kind of pulls a Psycho, where the main girl, or at least maybe not the main girl, but one of the two main girls, she gets killed off like halfway through the movie, basically. I guess they would have stolen from Psycho, but I have influential to Night of the Living Dead, especially Corpse at the end. The ping pong eyeballs, you could tell, look like the woman at the top of the stairs in Night of the Living Dead. It's not bad for 1964, but it's got way too many. I found pacing issues. Like I thought it was atmospheric, but Coffin Joe's a dick.
Yeah,
and he should be, I think, possibly on lists of horrible villains. But I don't think I'd watch it again either. Right. So convince me, John.
I can't convince you. You've already seen the movie. It can't be done.
Well, convince me to watch it again.
It is my cup of tea. I agree that like some of the filler in this movie is a little bit poor. I think it's got this kind of structure where it's like death scene, back to the bar, gypsy, death scene, back to the bar, gypsy, kind of like that. But I take into account that this was made in Brazil in 1964, probably not for a lot of money, and the villain is so goddamn brutal, and the thing is, he's a human. He's not like some fucking demon or anything like that. He's just this guy who won't cut his fucking fingernails.
That was one of the other things I thought about
long
vampires.
fingernails.
He had just not long fingernails, but his fingers just looked like real long, and his eyeballs, when he'd stare at somebody, would do that. They would go all black almost.
He is human because, but he has like a supernatural feel to him, and I think that's the scary thing for the town. Is like maybe that's why they're not going after him, because they're like, I don't know that this guy's human or not. Like, it's hard to tell.
Possibly made a deal with like the devil or something.
It could be, but now that like the devil came and took his part of the deal, I guess, took him to hell.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I think that's Dr. Faust.
Who? Dr. Faust.
Faust, yeah.
Who's Faust?
You never read that story?
I don't think so.
Faust, he wanted all these riches and things, and the devil made him a deal that he could have everything he wanted for 24 hours. And when he got everything, but the devil was coming back to get his soul, and then instead of partying the 24 hours, he was just worried the whole time that the devil was coming to take him, and he didn't even enjoy.
Weak! Come on.
I'm pretty sure it was Faust.
I don't know.
People, would you get educated?
I got all these books, I don't read any of them. Yeah, I like it. I think that the death scenes are a little bit ahead of their time. They're brutal and violent, honestly. Having the guy's eyes poked out in 1964 is pretty fucked up.
The
bottle, black paint over his eyes.
Yeah.
The bottle getting like dabbed into that guy's hand was pretty.
Oh yeah, and you feel bad for the victims too,
I mean,
bit, so.
I'm sure it hasn't, just because no one's gonna put money into it. But no, this isn't like colorized at all, is it?
No.
There's no version of this colorized.
No.
You said there is a sequel though.
Yeah, it does have like a full color scene that takes place in hell, which is the highlight of that movie. So, yeah, I have this on my top 10 list, but I'm not going to go fucking berserk. I'm going to give a score you guys don't agree with, but...
Oh, I never gave my score.
Oh, what is your score?
I give it a 4.
Okay, I double that. I give it an 8.
Wow!
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this.
Cemetery Man Strikes Again.
I'm not going 10, I'm not going 9,
well,
I'm going 8.
8 is...
I like this movie.
8 is a 10 for this movie if you're saying 8.
Well, I agree with what's-his-name, Claudio.
The score is 8.
My score is 8.
And the judges say...
Yes. 8, 8, 4, 3. What the fuck? Okay. That's it. If you want to get a hold of us, facebook.com/horrorcasting. Horrorcastings at gmail.com. We're on Twitter at horrorcasting if that's where you're getting a hold of us at, Cody. I don't check it. We're also on YouTube, iTunes, and Podbean.
Thrill me.